sprint review is at the end of the sprint, but it's also before the sprint retrospective. It's held at this time to inspect the increment that we produced and adapt the product backlog if needed. Of course, like all events, it's a key point to inspect and adapt. In the sprint review, not just the Scrum team attends, but also stakeholders that are invited by the product owner. These parties then collaborate about what was done in the sprint, and then based on the analysis of that, as well as what new things were added to the product backlog, the Scrum team and stakeholders collaborate on what could be done next to maximize value. The sprint takes 4 hours, or shorter if it's shorter than a monthly sprint, and the Scrum Master's job is to make sure the event takes place and that everyone attending knows its purpose. It's an informal meeting that's trying to elicit honest, transparent feedback and foster collaboration. The way a sprint review is set out is pretty easy to understand. Scrum refers to a sprint review as having the following elements, and we'll be going through them as well as another slide's worth. The product owner starts by explaining the product backlog items that they chose to put in the sprint backlog this sprint, which of those are completely done and added to the increment, and which of those have not been done and will go back on the backlog. Honestly, it's important that even if an item just needs to be tested, it's not done. The development team demonstrates the work that has been done as appropriate for the kind of product. Ideally, if they can show the product in its shippable form, that's the best way to demonstrate it. The development team then discusses to the rest of the members of the sprint review what went well, what problems they had, and how they were solved. This kind of step can be really useful in retaining information. It's important that the team learns from the problems it faces during a sprint. As we continue through what a sprint review entails, we have the product owner talking about what items are still left on the product backlog, as well as they talk about what kind of features they're looking to have before release proper, or if they've already had a release, what's needed for the next one. The whole group is collaborating. It's really important to get your stakeholders to engage in these kind of meetings to get both an idea of what they want, as well as making sure to get an outside view, because after working on the same project for a while, it can be hard to look at things objectively sometimes. The last thing in a sprint review is a review of the marketplace. Research should be done, and it can be really important to confirm that the product's use is still valid, and that we're making it for the right target market. That's all about confirming that value.